Okay. And there we are. Just going on streaming. Live, Friday Night Live. Never done it for a long time. Let me just check. So, Mick, you're in there. So, in the room with me. Can you hear me nice and clear, loud and clear? Just let me know in the chat if you can. Because we're actually live streaming to everybody. So, I want to make sure that everyone can hear me and I'm not just sitting talking to myself. I've actually got it recorded as well. Yeah, you can hear. Lovely. Good job. All right. Okay, so I just thought I would go live then. Don't think I've actually done a Friday Night Live, at least probably since December last year. I used to do them every single Friday, just Friday Night Live, go on and just have a bit of chat, a bit of banter and see what's what. But go over some topics sometimes, do presentations and whatnot. But for all of this year, it's just been very, very hectic workload wise. So I've never had time to actually go live on anything. And it's just had to keep doing what I kept doing. Hang on, I'm just going to close some of these. All right. Close some of these tabs off. There we go. Make it a bit smoother. All right. And come back in. Okay, so I didn't actually tell anybody we were going to be doing this anyway, so I have no idea if anybody will be looking either on YouTube or Facebook. I think I'll turn that heating down a bit there. It's getting boiling. I'm going all red. It's been freezing all day, so I've had, well, this is only a little room, so I put the heating on before I come in. So, cheers then for Friday night. So, we did the webinar, if you want to call it that, but we do our PMA, our Private Members Association. We have a meeting every Thursday. So last night, we actually invited everybody else that wanted to pop along to attend as well, so they can actually see. It was longer than normal because there was so many people on, come on live into the actual room, as well as, you know, on Facebook and YouTube. So it was quite a long session. And we went over a lot of different things on the private trust, etc. It was good. I had a lot of feedback, a lot of very positive feedback. Unfortunately, there was a few people that couldn't get into the actual room. I mean, there was over 300 that was in the room, plus all of the others that were on Facebook and YouTube. So it was well attended. Now, you know, it's the first time that we've actually done it that way. Had the room like this, streaming. I had practiced it only a couple of times this week. I think, can't remember now, maybe Monday and Tuesday, just to make sure that the streaming worked, which it did. Using this software, because I've only ever used StreamYard before. So, you know, this worked nicely. And then we had everyone coming into the room, but we'd never joined it all together. So, you know, I'm quite pleased with the way that it worked. It was a good tryout, and the feedback was very positive. Got a lot of emails today trying to be an answer. Everybody, like dozens upon dozens of emails, but all of them very positive, like very happy, apart from the ones that couldn't get on. But then we've got the replay, so they're going to be happy to get that. So they're asking for the replay or the recording. Now, obviously, we were going over a lot of stuff on the private trusts and trust creation and the law of trusts, as well as like equity law and how it all fits together. You know, and we were showing people the different projects that we've actually got going, because I have developed a new program that goes out, and we call it Check the Matrix, Checkmate the Matrix. So I'm going to show you the actual platform on the website. It's Checkmate the Matrix is actually set up on a program, or a platform if you want to call it. It's called School, SKOOL, and the it's like social media, if you want, because you can do once you become a member, you can do posts, you can read each other's posts, you can chat to each other on like a social part of the site. So it's like a community on there, and everything is community driven anyway. It always has been for the last 4 years. It's been community driven about helping each other through certain aspects of a lawful life, lawful situations, private trusts, or dealing with certain problems. We've had people dealing with court problems, but now we're actually giving more emphasis on equitable remedy. Let's call it that, shall we? So how to actually stand in remedy, and live in remedy, standing in honor with clean hands, basically is what it means, and being able to actually get equitable remedy is a good way of putting it. So what we have, actually I'll show you. It'd be easier actually just to show you. So I'm going to share my screen. So I think if I just click on that and go to checkthematrix.com, then we share the screen so you can see it up there. There we go. Okay, so this is the Checkmate the Matrix. It's not a website. Well, it's not my website. It's the school. If you look at the top there, you'll see it's like SK for school.com. And we're just using it to, there's loads of different groups, community groups, and that's exactly what it's for, a community group. It's really good to actually have these groups, organized this way. So we have, I'm not going to go too far down because it's showing loads of different people's posts, but this is the community thing, a little bit like Facebook. So you can write your post up here, and when you write it, right, if you look here, you can put your title in. I'm just going to say hello, and you can write in here, nice to meet you, whatever it is. Can't even spell, look. And you can do attachments onto there. You can put links into there. You can put videos, GIFs, add an action. Not really sure what that is. I've never done that. You select a category. That's like general discussion or introduce yourself, different things like that. And then you can make the post. I'll just cancel it though, because I don't want it to go up onto there. Now your part will be the same. You'll get like your profile picture, and you can get your profile and your logo. Then up here you can see your notifications if someone's talking to you or liked your post. Exactly the same as what you'd expect on any social media site. And then they got the chats, which is like private messages, direct messages, so very similar onto that. So all good. Then we come across, let's say we've got the calendar, for instance. We click on the calendar. It's coming through here now. We're on the 17th, which is today. You can see the link for yesterday, right? And then there's next Thursday, we'll have the PMA meeting. And every Thursday at 7:30, we always have our Private Members Association private meeting. And it's really good. Everybody enjoys getting on there. They like to be able to chat with each other in the chat room. They like to be able to ask whatever questions or listen to the topics being discussed. So it's a very good, it's all private. It's all kept in the private. We are a private members association. Only members are allowed. We did invite everybody yesterday because it's just one of those things. We show everybody what we're doing, and then if they want to come along and join, they can. So, it is what it is. So then we go over to this part. You see that there, the classrooms. Click on the classroom, and then we have, hopefully you can see that. I think I could see it the other day. We've got more courses that will come on. Look, see, there's a new course I'm going to add soon. But these are the courses that we have there. We've got a mindset course, which is basically just teaching people how to have the correct mindset to live a positive life. This is what it's all about, because if we want to fight the matrix, then we are going to have a positive mindset to do so. So this is showing you need to know how to choose between the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. We used to use that a lot when we were fighting in the martial arts scene. You know, so that's how we would do it. You're either going to have the motivation. Sorry, it's not motivation. So I hate that word, because motivation is only going to last a few minutes. Discipline is what will get you through life. So you have to have the discipline to continue even when you're not motivated. You still do it through discipline. And it's the only way you're ever going to get yourself through life in a winning attitude. And the next one coming over, it's outmaneuver the matrix. Now, this is all about money manifestation. So basically, it's a business course to show you how to actually create and build a business online to be very successful. Now, you can do it just as a side hustle, even if you've got a full-time job, you're a full-time parent, or whatever it is, you can actually do it part-time. But this is a way to be able to do it. So we're going to show all of the systems that you will need, everything that you will need to do to start and create your own online business. Now, if we actually create that online income, so you're not having to worry about like the times or 9 to 5s or shift work or anything like that, because you're running your own business online, then you are beating the matrix already. So we're talking about outmaneuvering the matrix by being able to actually be above them and checkmate them, moving around them. That is what it's all about. So I don't think that there's anything wrong in anybody saying, well, this is what we're going to do, create our own business, and then we can actually create the income that's going to assist us to get through life easier. Because at the end of the day, you know, money, all right, or life, let's just say life, developing in money. Now, let's not get confused between money and fiat currency. We're not talking about that right now. But life is like a shit sandwich, isn't it? All right. And the more bread that you have, the less shit that you got to eat. And that's just a fact. So if we can actually develop a bigger income, then we are not going to have the problems for people we've had. And I've been homeless myself. I've actually been living in a car, living out of bin liners. So, you know, I've got, I know exactly, I've got the knowledge of what exactly that is like and poverty is like, and how to desperately trying to survive and get up that ladder. All right. But there's nothing wrong in being able to get up that ladder and then being able to develop your own business to push yourself on in life and be able to beat the matrix that way, or at least outmaneuver the matrix that way. That's what that's all about. So then on the next course here, we're seeing checkmate the matrix with equity. And we mean equity law. So this is a very, very intricate program. That's a very complex course, learning everybody, not just about trusts, but about equity, which equity is the law that governs trusts. So a very complex course. Then we'll go on to the next course here, which is the actual private trust creation. Now, it's a course, and it's going to teach you everything that you need to know in trust law, equity law, as well as the documentation on how to actually create yourself a private trust. So the way I see it, if we can actually develop our own wealth, once we're developing our own wealth, we need to protect that wealth with a private trust creation. So if we look at the, let's call them elites, I hate that word, but, you know, the wealthy anyway of the world, you know, once they've actually got their wealth, they use private trust to protect that wealth. So I want to show you ways of where you can actually create wealth. We'll call it wealth, even if it's just a good income, doesn't matter, right? But if you've got your own, you know, your own home, even if it's on a mortgage, you can create a private trust to protect that from these parasitical corporations that want to steal all of your wealth, all of your income, and even your home. They want you to be homeless. They want you to have nothing, own nothing, and be happy. Remember that saying? Well, what we're doing is we're actually going to do the money manifestation, and I mean real money, because once we actually get that fiat currency, we can start developing it into real money, which is gold and silver. And then we do a private trust creation to protect those assets. To me, That just simply makes sense, you know. Quick drink there for the dry throat. We're talking so much. All right, so the next course we've got, this is a little bit of fun, I suppose. I've just got it's the ACE self-protection against the zombie apocalypse. We're actually already in the zombie apocalypse, by the way. You've got to just look around you to realize, you know, like the whole world is zombified, and we're having to fight them off. But the ACE self-protection basically is a self-defense, and ACE stands for aware, control, escape. So in any self-defense or self-preservation situation, you always should be aware of your surroundings, aware of anybody that's anywhere near you, aware of their attitude, aware of their stance, aware of what they're actually doing, even what they are wearing. Now, I have a terrible habit of actually, anytime that I even see somebody that's like supposedly on my side, I always analyze them on how's best to cripple them with the easiest move possible. So how can I actually use the least amount of my own effort to actually make sure that they can't walk? So it's all about psychology as well as like physiology. So this course, it's not just about, oh, how do you punch someone in the face? Well, you know, if they grab a hold of you and try to throw you on the floor, it's pretty hard to punch someone in the face, believe it or not. So it's all about how to actually stop it happening in the first place. Obviously, it gets more into the physical, you know, and what you're allowed to do and what you're allowed to use and what you're allowed to carry, etc., etc. You know, and it does even go into some legal aspects of what you are allowed to actually have, for instance, in your home, and also what you're allowed to carry on your person for your own protection, even though you're not allowed to say that. Now, you can carry what we would call some canine protection. So if you have canine protection spray, and you can carry it on your coat or in your coat, so in case a dog attacks you, so you can spray that dog in the face to protect yourself, and that's what it's for. That's what you're carrying it for. You definitely would not have the intent, and you definitely would not tell anyone that you are carrying that pepper spray to defend yourself against somebody who might attack you, because that is what they would class as illegal. Therefore, it's carrying an offensive weapon. Therefore, it is an offense, a criminal offense. I know I'm talking legislation. I'm just funnily just saying exactly the things that they would say, you see. So, but if you state, well, my intention, the same as my intention for my private trust, is only protect my assets for my future and my family's future, then you're not trying to protect it from councils or debt collectors or anything like that. You see, that was not your intention. You just wanted to protect your assets for your family and your family's future. The same as self-protection, right? You've only got a baseball bat in your bedroom because you like playing baseball in the garden or down the park, and you just keep it in there so that no one else can play with it and break a mirror. That's the only reason that you actually have the baseball bat lying under your bed. And it's just purely coincidental that you smashed the burglar in the face with the baseball bat just because you found it handy. It was simply a self-defense mechanism that your body did. You didn't even realize you had the baseball bat in your hand. So that is a good way of describing the self-defense aspect of sitting there with a baseball bat under your bed. You cannot have a knuckle duster under your bed, because a knuckle duster has only one use. You can't use that. Well, it's my sporting item, you know. That's not really going to cut it. But a baseball bat, well, there's loads of them. They sell them in loads of shops. So, you know, because you like playing baseball or rounders or whatever it is you want to say, down the park, in the garden, with the kids or whatever. All right. And it's just one of those things. And you can use the baseball bat legally in their ridiculous, lawful, criminal offense act. You can still smash the burglar in the face with the baseball bat to defend yourself, and you don't have to wait until they attack you or hit you first. You can do it to them first. That is legal, as long as you don't knock them down on the floor and then tie them to a chair and go like, you know, full kind of like Reservoir Dogs on them. Then, you know, that's a little bit OTT, right? But certainly to defend yourself, if somebody came into your house, it's perfectly legal to smack them in the head with the baseball bat, because you found them in your bedroom, and the baseball bat as your sporting bit of equipment that was just under the bed that protected it from being taken away by children or stuff. It was purely coincidental it was there to smash them in the face. Then that's perfectly legal to do so. Okay, so then we move on to the other one, the next one, which is your debt smash and fiat currency. This is the knowledge share on how to actually deal with debt and deal with credit. The fiat currency is credit, is not money. Hang on, quick drink for my throat. That's my excuse anyway. But you got to keep the old tonsils lubricated. All right, so this goes through all of the different aspects of when we're actually dealing on here. If we look, see, we're doing full disclosure via CPR, Civil Protection, Civil Procedure Rules 31.6, actually, and going through all the deed of assignment and everything that you actually need to protect yourself or defend yourself against debt collectors. So that is that course there. Although once we actually start deep diving into equity, I don't think you're going to need this debt smash and fiat currency, because we're going to stand in equity and discharge all of the debts. Now, every Thursday, we do have our PMA meeting online. Everybody's welcome to attend the meetings, and we record them, and they're stored in there, and you can go on if you haven't got time to watch, and you can go on. So this, and go on and watch like the recordings of the PMA meetings. This is our Checkmate the Matrix program, and which is on school.com. So if you actually wanted to go onto there and have a look, I will stop sharing that screen and come back in there. So let's go on. Let's have a look, gallery, and then go back to have a go on. There, that one. There we go. Cool. All right, so let me just have a look at the streaming thing. It is there. It looks like it's all on, although there's no... Okay, click onto that. I'm trying to make that. Do you know what? I bet you that if I go in and have a look at the menu, let's have a look at the webinar settings then. There'll be a chat somewhere, and it's probably knocked off. There we go. No, it should all be fine. It should all be getting in if they wanted to do that. Cool. Okay, so that is our program on the school platform. So checkmatethematrix.com. So if you actually want to, let me have a look at the widgets. Call to action, we had one. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. If you want to join our network, all you have to do is click that button above there, join now, join Willstaff PMA, and you can join it today. Just click that button and you'll join it, and that will give you not only into the PMA itself, but it will also allow you to go onto the actual Checkmate the Matrix program or program as well on that platform. So you'll actually have both. Okay, so that will be there. So if you click that link, that will take you through to there. If there's any problems, let me know, and you can email me on gold@claimyourstrawman.com. I'll leave that up there for now. Okay, and then I'll have a look and show you the other program. So let's come back in there. I'll share my screen again. Go on to there. This is the actual website that if you want to join, although you can join, like I say, but if you could join the Willstaff PMA, but if you go on here, you've got go on to there, checkmatethematrix.com/free-trial, and it'll take you to this website. All you got to do is watch the video. It explains a little bit about it, mostly about like how to actually get out of it by earning money. I'll admit that. But then you can go and just put your name in, email, and then click get started. Has been a few technical issues with it. I won't lie about that. But you can do that and hopefully get yourselves, no, don't want to do share screen. Press the wrong button. Let's go into the view gallery. Oh, there's more people coming in. Press the wrong button again. That's spearing me. All right, let's have a look. Dermot, how are you doing? Okay, so we got Dermot in the room. I don't think you've ever been on before, have you? You can go into the chat there, Dermot, if you want, and you can add on anything on there. I'm pretty sure that the chat is open. Yeah, looks like it is. Let's have a look. I guess. No. Take that part off. Yeah. Should be able to actually see that. Hiya, Dermot. Hi, how are you doing? Good to have you on here. First time ever. So, tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to quickly click on. Let's have a look. See if we can have a look in here. Let's see if it did actually come up. It is up onto there. All right. So there is people here. So on Facebook itself, got quite a lot of people liking it there, and Marie Elliott saying hello. Martin Wilson's all clear. You can hear us. Good. Stacey McGregor, you can hear good. Sharon Broadbent. Oh, good, good, good. You can all hear. Excellent, excellent. Good. Okay. So. That's good to see. So not that I expected a lot of people to come on anyway. Like I say, you know, it's we've never done this for a very, very long time. I'll have to actually go onto a different platform to see the YouTube. Really weirdly, on what is it called? Microsoft, the actual hang on. You know, when you go right, I'm just trying to have a look. Let's have a look. Close it. Oh, right there, you can see. That might be right, they're chatting away. Good, good, good. Okay. There's more people chatting on YouTube. Like I'm saying, I'm just saying, you know, like about like the baseball bat. That is for sporting purposes only. It's purely, you know, coincidental that you actually were able to actually pick that up, you know. So we don't want to be dwelling on the fact of like it's all about like baseball bats and weapons or anything like that. If you actually go on to the self-defense course, that is on the Checkmate the Matrix program, okay, or platform, we show you one of the best defense tools that you can have is a pen. Now, everybody is allowed to have a pen, but if you know what you're doing with a pen and you can handle the pen correctly, it is a fantastic self-defense tool. However, your intention is only ever to carry the pen so you can write something down. You never at any time had an intention of using a pen for any other reason whatsoever apart from writing. And it was purely coincidence that somebody assaulted you, attacked you, or attacked your family, and that you found a pen in your pocket while you were struggling with them and decided that you could put it through their hand or something of that like. I never said that. You said that. Okay. So just to answer a few questions on there, that's what I'm saying about like the self-defense, purely self-defense techniques, you know, when you've only got those pens to write things down and you only have the baseball bat or the rounders bat because you actually go out and play rounders or baseball for a sporting purpose. And it's purely coincidental that it landed on someone's head when they were trying to burgle your house. Just the way it is. Okay. Now, the thing is, all right, that we've been doing a martial art for many, many, many years, and it's called, there's a few different names that you could actually hear. You know, it could be something along the lines of Kali, or maybe Eskrima. We used to call it Eskrima more than anything, or Nis. Okay, it's a Filipino martial art from the Philippine Islands, and it's all about weapons. So we used to do a lot of knives. So we've got a lot of knives and we've got a lot of swords because that's what the art was. It is an art. We are fully qualified and experienced martial artists. So you would expect us to have martial arts items in the house. Not that I'm expecting anybody to come in the house or have to use like knives to do anything like that. But on the knives, they also use it for sticks, which is how they practice using the knives without the blades. So they use sticks. So we've got a lot of sticks. Now, if you know, like that baseball bat, for instance, or rounders bat, if you know how to use that correctly, both sides of it, you know, how to use what we call the puño, which is this smaller side, then you would be able to defend yourself extremely well. And we've never done it for quite some time, as in showed it. I used to do a lot of classes for it, teach it. You know, hang on, tell you what I'll do. Hang on, where's my? Right, just stop you hearing all that noise. But you know, it's a fun. We used to teach a lot of classes for it, like sticks, and you can have like long sticks or really short sticks, and how you can do them. And you know, if you know how to actually use them, then it can be absolutely devastating on other people. You know. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly update that and have a look. All right, and then we'll come back on, have a quick check of any questions or anything. Yes, Mick, the pen is 100% mightier than the sword, especially if it is stuck through your hand or in your eye. Not that you should do that to anybody, right? You've only got a pen because you wanted to write a letter. That's all there is to it, you know. By the way, George Nada, I think that says, yes, we have a recording of yesterday's broadcast, and we will be sending it out. Okay, so yeah, for sure. All right. Have a look if there's any other questions. Boris. Oh dear. Yeah, you see, like, I mean, like, you are allowed. I don't think I've actually got any. I think I've got them put somewhere else right now. But like I say, that canine spray, that's what they call it. You can actually buy a little spray tin, and it's called canine spray. I'm sure it is. I think it's K, and then the number 9, and it's for protection against a dog, in case you were attacked by a dog when you're out walking your dog, or even if you're out, you know, whatever it would be, you know, walking your own dog and it got attacked. You have to defend your own dog, so you can get that spray. So it's the same thing as pepper spray, but obviously you're only holding it and carrying it for defense against a dog attack. That's all it's for. And it's just coincidental that you'd be able to spray someone else in the eyes that was attacking you, though, only if it was something like that. Let's have a look. All right. What is the meaning of the public when it is used in the context of operating in the private versus a public? Isn't everyone a private individual and therefore operating in the private? Okay, well, that's a good question. It is a good question. But you're only really operating in the private when you are sitting in your own home. This is when you're private. So that you've got the doors shut, you've got the windows. Well, all right, fair enough. Like, you might not have them shut, but you know, that everyone can see in. But you are in the private. You are not really ever in the private when you walk out of the door. You're into the public, and you're operating in the public. So you have got to be able to stand your square, or on your square, if you have to be questioned in any way or challenged in any way about being a man or a woman, i.e. being in the private. Because if you're going to go and catch a bus or a taxi and you want to go somewhere, or a train, what is it called? What do they call it? Can anyone tell me? What do they call that if you're going to go and catch some kind of vehicle that you're not being the operator of or the traveler of? Ooh, someone's just asked a question. I just have to go and get a hold of something. Okay, now Pablo has just asked there, do you sign a name? Sign a name, by the way, okay? Small caps, colon, as well as signing in blue ink. All rights reserved. Do you use both? All rights reserved is always a good word. Yes, Dorian, what if you're a passenger? What have you done? What have you went on? So I'm going to show you my signature. On here. That's my signature. That is all they'll get. But it's not really my signature because I'm a man. I'm alive. Public transport, Matthew. Yes, public transport. It's public transport. So you've went on the public transport. So you can't really be in the private, can you? If you're going on to public transport. You know what I mean? The next stamp, right? I've got my, well, it's not my signature, all right? Accepted. I've got red ink all over my fingers now. Okay, so whenever we are going to actually do these things that you're asking about, we are not going to sign anything. We are not going to do a colon. We are not going to do a line. We are not going to do anything like that. We are only ever going to use a stamp. Okay, we're only ever going to use a stamp. Okay, yeah, Dermot, yeah. So literally, I got both of these ones, right? Look at that one. Where is it there? And then that one, and hopefully not upside down. Dermot, I got them on Amazon, and not a lot of money. Now, if you're going to come into the Checkmate the Matrix program, you're never ever going to see how to deal inequity in the public. That we're asking about how to be in the public compared to the private, the difference between the both. When you're going to deal inequity, you're only going to learn about it in the private, and you're only going to be able to know how to do it in the private, and it'll not, you will never be able to be allowed to share it publicly, apart from, you know, public, if you want to call it publicly, with a court or a debt collector or a bank or the police, or, you know, that's when you're going to be able to share it. But it's not really public, is it? Because you're dealing with that institute. Okay, so we never sign anything. All we ever do is that. Okay, stamp again. Now, it's not cursive, it's not joined up, it's not squiggly, you know, chicken spiders crawling across the paper. It's legible, i.e. everyone can read it, that can read. And it's shown plainly and clearly. But it's not my signature, but it's showing them that it's accepted, because I've put that stamped signature, okay, onto the hang on. All right, let's go back onto the acceptance paper. So I'm not going to go on too much about it, because you know, if you want to learn how to discharge absolutely anything, okay, be it hang on, where's my, oh, there it is. All right. Right. So anyway, I was reading different things, but in equity, you're only ever going to learn how to really do equity in the private, right? It's never going to be offered publicly, and it's going to be, and there's a reason for that. You know, not everyone. All right, I'm not saying that, but like, you know, it's not for everybody. Let's just say that. Okay, so just going to say, Matthew, on YouTube, he's saying, I assume you're referring to public services. You know, I was talking about public transport before, but wouldn't the public services only be services offered directly by the government? No, right? Is it private? Are you driving it? Are you the only one on there? If there's more than you on there, then it's public. Okay, you can't go and say you're going to fly on a plane and then it's your plane, unless it is, right? But, you know, it's public. It's public transport. You're in the public. You walk out of your door, you're on that road outside of your door, you're in the public, you're not in the private. So you know how you need to learn how to actually act in equity. That's probably the best way of ever knowing how to do it in public, you know. But if you say about the saying that's a I don't know how to say that word, colloquialism. Bus services are private companies, but is the bus private? Does that mean that they're only going to go on it themselves and not let anyone else on, or do they allow the public to go on it? You see? So at the end of the day, right, you have a public realm and a private realm, and it refers to banking. Really, it refers to banking. Okay, so everything is commerce, so it refers to commerce and banking. Really, all of the words refer to banking. All of a warrant, right, a warrant refers to a banking term. All right, when they charge you, if you get arrested and they charge you, it's a banking term. A charge is a banking term. Everything in the world is commercial. It is public commercial. So, and you have the public side and you have the private side. There's two sets of books. Colloquialism. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dorian. So you need to search for what is public and what is private, going through Black's Law Dictionary and Burton's legal thesaurus. Thesaurus. I said it correctly. Brilliant. All right. Mick Bryan says, can you put without prejudice after your name? Do you mean when you stamp it like that? So what happens is when we do what we do is we're going to accept something. We're going to stamp accepted. We're going to put the date down and we're going to stamp the date like that. We're not going to write it. And then we're going to have our stamped signature, not the real, because it's not us. That might sound weird. Sorry if I'm looking over there. I'm reading the questions. But it's not really us. So you can write after you've done that, you can say, or put it in ink or type it out, all rights reserved. That's all I would ever say, all rights reserved without prejudice. And that would be it. You know, do you know why you say without prejudice, by the way? Do you know why you say that? But that's basically what you would do. You could write that. Yeah, Pablo, you see what we're talking about on when we discharge anything, it is about anything. It could be a speeding fine. Not that I like speeding. I actually did a video today and I had to take part of it off because somebody was complaining and saying stupid things about speeding tickets. If you get a speeding ticket, pay for it and sod off. All right? Don't moan about it and whine. Pay a speeding fine and sod off. All right? But you can discharge any charge. It can be an assault charge. It can be, you know, a theft charge. It can be a speeding charge. You can discharge them because there's no money to pay a fine. We don't have any money. In reality, we've got no money. All right. So the gold standard is gone. We've got no money. So there is only a fiat currency. Now, you all know it's a fiat currency. Yeah, I mean, if you're actually even listening to me, you're only listening to me because you know that there is some type of fiat currency and it's not real money. Okay? All right? You get that bit? So because there's no money, it's not backed by anything. The pound, the British pound, the pound, they call it the pound sterling. It's not backed by sterling, not anymore, not for a long, long time. What is it backed by? It's backed by the US dollar. So are nearly 200 or just over 200 other fiat currencies backed by the US dollar. So why they're backed by the US dollar? So what is the US dollar backed by? Big round number, big round number like that, right? Absolutely zero. All right. Let's quickly watch them. So if it's backed by zero, backed by absolutely nothing, that means there's no value in it. That means it's got to be what we call a Federal Reserve note. It's a debt note. Yeah. So anyway, because there's no money, if you actually try to pay something with either a credit card or because that's linked to your fiat currency or even debt reserve notes, then that actual it is a Ponzi scheme, Dorian, 100%. And the quantitative easing is just them printing bazillions and bazillions and bazillions, even if it's just like computer notes rather than the physical ones, because they don't really print much anymore. They don't need to. Yeah, Dermot, I'll send you a link for what I've got. I'll send you a link. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can find one. I'll do it now. There you go. See if I can get that. Well, there's one of them anyway. There. And then if you go on the others, because what they are, these stamps, you can actually change them to say whatever you want to say, some of them. Okay. All right. So let's go back on to there. Where am I now? Let's see, was it here? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah. But truly, Matthew, though, if you want to talk about like private and public, you really want to just be concentrating on banking and how you do your banking. And what I mean by banking is equity. So that's how we can settle everything in the private. You settle it in the private. Well, they're trying to do things in the public, and that's where they're trying to control you and drain your currency. Okay, drain you, and that's just about control, because they know it's not real money. They know there's no money in it. All right. But yeah, we all refer to members of the public. Exactly, we are. Okay. Very good. So that is the courses. Did everybody see the courses? If you go back, this will be recorded anyway, we'll put that up. Yeah, I'm just quickly going over that. Any other questions? Cool. All right. So anyway, I just thought I'd come on and do a little bit of a live session. Let's come back in my own meeting. No problem, Dermot. But like the other ones are on there as well. I couldn't show you. I had a link with all of them down there, the ones that I bought, but it's actually Janine's proper account. It's got all the details on, so I can't share that. But that's it. Just click that link and then go on to the others and just they are all Trodat print things. Look, where is it there? That says TRODAT, and that's the one that's got. And you tell them what color you want it, red, blue, whatever. and what you want written in, and that's how we can accept things. And like I say, on the actual course that we're doing, that's going to be for equity, and it will only be members, and we'll tell everyone they're not allowed to share it with anyone else at all, because it is so powerful that it needs to be kept private. You know, truly, I don't mean that weird in any way whatsoever, and I mean it seriously and sincerely. You know, that will always only ever be taught on a very private basis. Yeah, so I mean, that's what we mean by the discharge, and we discharge it by accepting it. So it's accepted, and then we put our like stamped signature on and the date, and then we've got other things. Where's the other one? The other thing that we need, because what we also do is we include everybody. Okay. But that doesn't say that though, Matthew. That doesn't say that, does it? So there's different reasons for different things, you see. But yeah, you're right. I probably could do a video like that. I'm just looking for another stamp, so I'm not going over there. So I also have this one. I don't know if I've got that upside down or whatever. Let's have a look. So there, we've got that bit on there as well. Okay. So when we are actually doing, let me come back into my own room. So you need that one as well, Dermot, copy. So you need to have your name like that. You need to have like accepted like that. This is if you're going to do like deal in equity, and it has to be blue. Your name accepted in blue, the date in red, and the copy in red. The only reason why you need the copy, by the way, you know, I mean, obviously it won't make any sense to anybody unless you actually start learning the course. None of this is any use to anybody. What does that say? Let's have a look. Ah, right. So I got a blue stamp as well. I didn't know which one to get. So I actually got a blue and a red date stamp. And it says you can have both, but I wanted to have a look anyway, see what they look like. Yeah, but obviously, you know, it's not going to make any sense, and it's pointless to have it unless you just want to look clever in front of your friends, I suppose. But apart from that, you know, the only reason to actually have it properly is if you're going to learn how to discharge things, being them from criminal charges to just a financial penalty, shall we call it. Okay. So then, I used to do this every Friday night. What about embossing? What about embossing? You can't really emboss your signature though, can you? Bork moot. Can't really do that, can you? Because they wouldn't really be able to read it. I've got an embosser that I use with my seals. You see what Dorian is saying there, probably, hopefully, is that he means doing what we are doing by checkmating the Matrix, playing the Matrix at its own game, but playing a better game than the Matrix. Does that make sense? which is why we want to learn how to do equity, which is why we want to learn how to have these, which is why we want to learn how to have the actual private trust creation as well. Okay, but a quick answer anyway, Matthew, when you're talking about my name, the reason why I had the colon before my name was because it's a fact. The same as you'll see a lot of them put I am man colon, right? Because it's a fact. So it's just I'm stating that the name is a fact, is Peter. Okay. And then the reason why I'm having the colon, semicolon, sorry, after it is because I'm not finished. It means it's continuing. It's not an end. All right. But anyway, that's just a short explanation. But I also like to make people ask questions as well, because I'm cheeky. But what we do not have to get massively panicked or hung up about, let me show you as well. Just so you know, I'm not making it up or fibbing, right? So these are the seals, and this is the embosser. Who was it that was saying that? Bookmoot. So I do that one on my certificates, and we have gold seals and red seals, and we emboss them. But you don't need to do that, you know, for everything. But when we're actually dealing in equity and stuff like that, you know, then you need to do the stamps as we've actually got them there. So let's not get too hung up. Somebody over here, Pablo, by the way, you just actually said, how do you become a member? So give me a second. The easiest way at the minute, because not everything's working the way I want it to, give me a second, I'll get you a link. Where is it? It's there. No, it isn't. Well, it is, but it's not. I don't want that one. No, in fact, how do you copy these then? How do you copy them? All right. So how do I actually reply to a chat then on there? I don't know. I can't put anything in the chat, and in reality, the chat actually should be coming up on my other one, but so Jim wants one as well. Can't send a link on the chat. I don't know how to do it. Yeah. Okay. Let me just go back into my room. All right. So Dermot, right? He's asking in the room there about the signature. What you have to do is when you click on that link, right, the one you've just found, you fill that in. It actually, they've got a little, I mean, that might not be the right one. There's 3 or 4 of them. I'll try, I mean, I've got your email, Dermot. I'll actually email all of the links over to you after. But you go on, and when you're going to buy them, they've got like what do you call it? Like the list of what you want to put on. It's like, you know, you can put on 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, and then you write in and you move it around so it fills it up, and then you can put it down. It was about 20 quid though on Amazon. Was it? Yeah, maybe something along those. Yeah, something along those lines. So, but I'll get you the all of the links later. I'll send it to your email. I've got that, haven't I? So I'll send all of it. I didn't want to do it on here because the link that I've got, which have got the whole list, but it's got all of Janine's details on. All right, so I'll do that for you later. Okay. All right, yeah. There, I've got you. At least I think I've got you. Yeah, I've got a magic elf that's doing that for me, Pablo. I don't know what has happened with the chat there. Hopefully it's all normal. Well, Champion Brian, I'll go check you out, make sure it works properly. We had a lot of issues last night. So, you know, but there's the link anyway. So you can use it as well, Pablo. I'll go and check it if you do. And, you know, because we had a few issues with it. It wasn't working the way it's meant to be. And I still haven't been able to solve that issue. So I'm still working on the software because I am a computer genius, you know, but not quite. But I will get it there in the end. And if I can't do it, someone will help me. But I'll check that. Okay. All right. But in reality, I think they might have been joking there, you know, Matthew, when he said about the fact name. But this is what you want to be concentrating on anyway, you know. But at the end of the day, the all pending inside school, is that, how did you actually do that, Mick? Did you go onto the link and then like sign up for like, because it's free for a week, and then go over to there? And then I'll go on. I'll sort it out after. I can't do it when I'm on here with you, but as soon as I have time, I'll go over to there and I'll have a look, and I'll look and I'll sort it all out. All right. Okay. So I'll sort that for you. Wow, I've been on here over an hour already. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Cool. All right. I'll check that out, Mick, and I'll get it all accepted and everything as soon as we're finished here. Okay. All right. And you can get in and have a look around. I'm still uploading tons and tons. So like, go on and have a look at the community. Just say hello and everything, and then go in and have a look at the courses that you've got there. What do you call it? Have a look at the private trust one, the debt one, self-defense one, and then the rest of them will be going up very, very, very soon as well. I'm building up all the video stuff for it right now. Okay. It's not going to get topped up anymore, by the way. This is the last one. The little elf who does the top up, his shift's finished, so he's gone. So I'm left on my own. Cool. Mind you, this I don't know why it's not moving the chat over into, I need to probably change something on the, it's probably set up in a different way, I'm not sure. So I'll have to have a look at that. But before, when I did do the experiment, it actually put all of the chat into the Meet N software. What I'm having to do is I'm having to go between two different sets of software when I'm actually trying to read all of the messages and everything. Okay. All right. So it was good to come on, good to have a chat. But I think I am going to shoot off now, unless anyone else has got any questions. But I think it's all good. Thank you very much for chatting. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed having a chat with me as well. Going over the little bit of information. Let's come back into my room. Nice to have you in there as well, into the actual room itself on the software for Mick and Dermot. Good to have you there. Chuffed to bits. And it's good knowing as well, because I can still see it, that it's working on Facebook. 8 people watching it on there. And on YouTube, I don't know if it tells you how many, like 23 on there. Cool. All good. All right. Okay. So I'm chuffed to bits that everyone's enjoyed that on all of the platforms. Just thought I would do that and go live. Apparently so. I heard that about Michael as well. So hopefully that will all turn out for the good and things will happen and he'll get her back. Okay. So I'm going to shoot. But Matthew, by the way, as well, if you actually have a look, I've got the Oxford guide to style, the Oxford style manual. I've also have the Chicago style manual. None of anything that you see, where they're doing the all of the other things like the syntax, grammar, and all of that stuff, you'll not find it in any of them. Which is why we stick to this when we're doing inequity. And for sure, the creator rules all. So right, Dorian. Absolutely. Okay, then. So we will sign off. Thank you very much, everybody, for participating. And we will see you all later. Okay, take care now. So let's have a look. Stop streaming.